Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Trailway Testimonials. I'm just now coming off of the wetland trailway at the Sabine National Wildlife Refuge in Louisiana and wanted to share my thoughts. I've been to this trailway many times. Sometimes it's been very pleasant and other times not so much, but we'll cover that in a bit. The demographic is that of the Louisiana coastal marsh. It's a neat place for us non-Cajuns to take in the sights and sounds of the lowland marsh and get that cool Louisiana coastal vibe. The trail is a simple circuit primarily made up of paved sections with the exception of a small boardwalk and an observation platform at the park's boundary. Given the flat nature of the terrain, there is basically no grade to the trail, making it a great hike for pretty much anyone. The park is flanked on three sides by tranquil canals and boasts a peaceful pavilion out over the water from which to rest. There's also likewise a few other benches along the way. There is, however, little else in the way of shade, so be aware of that in the summer months when the sun is at its least forgiving. The trailway from head to finish is approximately 1.4 miles, including the observation platform, which is unfortunately currently out of service due to structural integrity issues following the hurricane. Likewise, the restroom facilities on the premises have been closed since the onset of the pandemic and remain so. Now, as far as wildlife, you can expect to see a good variety of coastal waterfowl, from egrets to herons to cranes and many other smaller species. You'll also likely see plenty of turtles and the occasional varmint. Alligators do exist in this park, but in my experience, they're only out for viewing on occasion. Though I've yet to see them, venomous snakes also exist in the park, so keep a diligent eye. Now, at the onset of the video, I mentioned that some of my visits had been pretty unpleasant. This was entirely due to the insect population here. There have been several times that my hike has been cut short by swarming mosquitoes and dive-bombing dragonflies. As such, make sure to bring repellent and hope for a swift coastal wind. The park is a nice getaway on occasion, however the experience is broader than the trailway itself. A drive down the scenic corridors of the Creole Nature Trail is always an immersive treat. If you couple that with some Zydeco tunes and etouffee, you're in for a dynamic Cajun experience. If you're coming from Houston like me, you've got two options. First, keep to I-10 all the way into Sulphur, Louisiana and bear right on 27. From there you'll pass through the scenic town of Hackberry just before hitting the trailway. The second route would be to take I-10 to Winnie, Texas, then bear right on 73 towards Port Arthur. From there, head into Louisiana and follow the coastline a good way before cutting a left onto 27 at the Cameron Junction. I'd suggest making it a circuit and taking in both. So in conclusion, if you find yourself looking for a nice drive and a quick hike, head to the Lowland Trailhead at the Sabine National Wildlife Refuge. Thank y'all. God bless.